Welcome to Bond and Bondage Helpline, where we untangle human emotions. No safe word required. I'm Stella Black. Hit the like and subscribe buttons for your weekly glimpse behind the curtain of human behavior. Let us begin with a familiar scene. A heterosexual couple sits in therapy. The woman, flushed with frustration, is speaking, again, about how she feels emotionally abandoned. The man stares into the carpet fibers, then says something clinically meaningless like, "I don't know. I guess I'm just tired." In the great pantheon of relationship woes, the silent man stands as both a monument and mystery, a sphinx with a beer gut reclining silently on the sofa. One might assume evolution favored men who, confronted with a problem, mastered silence and retreated inward, saving precious calories otherwise spent emoting. Yet, recent psychological research confirms what frustrated partners have long known. Men's silence isn't stoicism, it's a pathology. Welcome to the emotional fluency crisis in modern men, a problem not only cultural but biological, neurodevelopmental, and yes, embarrassingly persistent. We've given it cute names: stoicism, man up, strong, silent type. But make no mistake, this is not strength. This is a widespread, gendered alexithymia, the inability to identify and describe emotions in the self. And it's become one of the leading unspoken causes of divorce, depression, and disconnection in modern relationships. Men register significantly higher scores on the Toronto Alexithymia Scale, TAS 20, the 20-item gold standard for emotional illiteracy. High TS20 scores correlate with depression, anxiety, divorce, and isolation. So no, this is not emotional strength. It's a chronic disconnect between your brain, your body, and your partner. As if this silent torment weren't punishment enough, alexithymia also directly undermines men's health. A study in psychosomatic medicine, 2023, noted that chronic emotional suppression significantly increases risks of hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and depression among men. It's ironic, silence, embraced as protective armor, quietly strangles from within. Women, of course, need no research to confirm the frustration. A 2024 Journal of Marriage and Family study found that women's relationship dissatisfaction correlates strongly with their partner's emotional withholding. In essence, men's silence forces their partners into impossible roles: mind reader, therapist, emotional translator, none of which, it should be noted, include lover, partner, or equal. Women tire of filling conversational voids, constantly constructing meaning from grunts, shrugs, and the eloquent symphony of sighs. In fact, researchers identified emotional labor burnout as a prominent predictor of separation. And what of the relationships themselves? Silence is not benign neglect, but slow poison. Couples therapist John Gottman's recent longitudinal studies published in Family Process in 2023 underscore how destructive silence can become. He found that men's persistent withdrawal and silence predict relationship dissolution with chilling accuracy, an emotional doomsday clock quietly ticking. Yet, despite this scientific clarity, the solution remains painfully elusive. Therapeutic interventions targeting men's emotional articulation, though promising, require willingness, vulnerability, and worst of all, talking. Cognitive behavioral techniques and emotionally focused therapies show potential, but demand men face their most terrifying adversary, their own feelings. Practical exercises: Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, CBT. For men, learning to speak. Men, the good news is that CBT offers tangible strategies to chip away at silence's grip. Start small. Begin with a feeling journal. No, it's not poetry, it's clinical homework. Each night, jot down 3 emotions you felt during the day, along with the situations triggering them. Initially, this will feel contrived, even childish. Yet, research from behavior research and therapy done in 2023 demonstrates significant emotional clarity improvement within just 4 weeks of consistent practice. Next, practice the uncomfortable. Verbalizing feelings aloud, even when alone. Describing emotions to an empty room sounds absurd, but this builds neural pathways crucial to emotional articulation. Think of it as emotional weightlifting. Discomfort signals you're exercising the right muscles. As confidence grows, proceed to speaking these feelings aloud with your partner. Start with minor irritations or joys, scaling slowly towards deeper topics. Lastly, commit to recognizing your avoidance patterns. Do you shut down conversations when emotions rise? CBT challenges you to pause in these moments, breathe through anxiety, and consciously choose engagement over withdrawal. This skill, called opposite action, rewires emotional avoidance pathways, reinforcing resilience and emotional intelligence. For women, navigating the silence. Ladies, while you're waiting for your partner's emotional awakening, CBT provides you with powerful coping tools too. Firstly, manage your expectations realistically. This doesn't mean settling for silence, but rather cultivating patience and understanding. A CBT practice known as cognitive reframing can help. When your partner is silent, resist the immediate impulse of assigning negative meanings. He doesn't care. He's selfish. Instead, reframe silence as an indicator of struggle, confusion, or vulnerability, just poorly expressed. Secondly, boundary setting is critical. CBT emphasizes communication clarity. Clearly express the emotional support you expect, specifying that emotional dialogue is necessary, not optional. Set times for structured conversations, allowing your partner to mentally prepare. During these conversations, practice active listening techniques, modeling the behavior you wish to see, and gently inviting responses without immediate judgment or solutions. Finally, address your emotional labor burnout proactively. Implementing self-care routines isn't mere cliche advice, but a clinical necessity. CBT practices like mindfulness meditation and progressive muscle relaxation can significantly reduce stress and frustration associated with emotional caregiving. Additionally, seek your own supportive dialogue, whether in therapy or among trusted friends, ensuring your emotional health isn't entirely dependent upon your partner's progress. In the end, the cure for silence is the one thing men fear most: speaking honestly about the chaos within. Until then, relationships suffer, health deteriorates, and living rooms everywhere remain littered with unspoken words, unreadable silences, and partners silently screaming. Self-care for women, protecting your energy and esteem. Dealing with a silent partner can profoundly drain your emotional resources and undermine self-esteem. To counter this, prioritize activities that replenish your emotional reserves. Engage regularly in practices such as mindfulness meditation, journaling, creative arts, or physical activities like yoga and exercise. These pursuits can help you reconnect with your own emotional needs and personal identity. Cultivating a supportive social network is equally essential. Research from the Journal of Health and Social Behavior, 2022, highlights the importance of meaningful connections in buffering emotional stress and enhancing mental well-being. Seek companionship and dialogue with friends and communities that validate your experiences and reinforce your intrinsic value. Regular affirmation practices can significantly bolster self-esteem and counteract emotional neglect. Develop a daily ritual of positive affirmations focused on personal strengths, achievements, and worthiness. These affirmations, supported by cognitive restructuring techniques from CBT, can gradually reshape negative self-perceptions fostered by prolonged emotional neglect. Consider professional guidance, such as therapy or counseling, to navigate complex emotions and set healthy relationship boundaries effectively. Therapists can provide personalized strategies and coping mechanisms tailored specifically to your relationship dynamics, significantly enhancing emotional resilience and personal empowerment. Ultimately, your emotional health and self-worth are independent of your partner's capacity for expression. Recognizing and reinforcing your inherent value is vital for both your well-being and the overall health of your relationships. The Silent Father. Impact on Children and Grandchildren. The silent, emotionally unavailable father leaves an enduring legacy. Research from Child Development published in 2024 highlights that children raised by emotionally withdrawn fathers frequently struggle with emotional intelligence, relationship formation, and self esteem. They internalize silence as a normative emotional response, perpetuating cycles of withdrawal and communication difficulties into their adult relationships. Moreover, these children may develop anxious or avoidant attachment styles, significantly influencing their ability to form secure emotional bonds throughout life. Studies from the Journal of Family Psychology published in 2023 emphasize that grandchildren also inherit relational vulnerabilities, perpetuating an intergenerational pattern of emotional disconnection and psychological distress. To interrupt this harmful legacy, families can implement practical interventions. Parents, especially emotionally available ones, should actively model expressive communication and emotional vulnerability at home. Regular family meetings can create a structured, safe environment for sharing feelings, ensuring children understand the value and normalcy of emotional expression. Schools and community programs can provide children with emotional intelligence training, teaching skills such as identifying feelings, assertive communication, and conflict resolution. This structured support can offer crucial emotional tools absent at home, reducing the risk of carrying maladaptive patterns into adulthood. Adult children of silent fathers can also benefit from therapeutic support focused on breaking intergenerational patterns. CBT and attachment based therapies have shown efficacy in helping individuals rewrite internalized narratives of emotional suppression and disconnection. Lastly, proactive conversations with children about emotional health can foster resilience. Clearly explaining emotional availability, the importance of expressing feelings and acknowledging their experiences, can significantly counteract the harmful effects of a silent parental figure. Silence has only one cure, and it's the thing men resist most, telling the unvarnished truth about what's really going on inside. Until that happens, relationships bleed out quietly, health erodes, children are schooled in emotional self denial, grandchildren inherit the wreckage, and in living rooms everywhere, there's the same scene: words swallowed, silences sharpened into weapons, and partners sitting in the same room, miles apart. That's enough for now. Your scars might be on the inside, but scar patches come in all shapes and sizes. Find your patch and protect them with your life. See you soon.